Picture this, a private jet, tail number 666, yes, really, roars down the runway and lifts off into the night sky. Ominous, right? Meanwhile, a Christian metal drummer snaps a haunting cockpit selfie, grinning as he captions it, "Co-pilot now." It's the kind of post that makes you shiver, even if you don't know why. Fast forward a few hours, disaster. The jet plummets into a quiet San Diego neighborhood, erupting in a fireball that devours homes and leaves no survivors. The scene is pure chaos, the kind you only see in nightmares or the wildest headlines. Continues. News spreads like wildfire. A plane crash, a famous drummer, and a number straight out of a horror movie. The world is left reeling, searching for answers in the ashes. If you're thinking, this sounds way too on the nose to be real, you're not alone. Today, we're plunging headfirst into the bizarre and tragic death of Daniel Williams, former drummer of The Devil Wears Prada, and the jet crash that's got conspiracy theorists losing their minds and everyone else asking, what the actual hell happened? Buckle up. This story is dark, twisted, and every bit as real as it is unbelievable. Imagine this. A sleek private jet, the kind you see in music videos, waiting on the tarmac. On board, a rock star drummer with a wild past, and a tail number that screams trouble. 666, bold as day. This isn't just a crash story. It's the kind of setup that makes conspiracy theorists foam at the mouth. Buckle up because things are about to get weird. Daniel Williams, 39, tattooed, and once the heartbeat behind the Christian metalcore band The Devil Wears Prada. He wasn't just a drummer. He was a legend in the scene, known for pounding out rhythms that could shake a stadium. But in the early hours of May 23, 2025, Daniel's story ended in a fireball. The internet didn't just mourn a musician, it obsessed over the bizarre, almost cinematic circumstances that led to his death. The jet, a Cessna 550, built for speed and luxury, but now infamous for its tail number, N666DS. That's not a typo, N666, the so-called number of the beast. It's the kind of detail that would get a horror movie script tossed for being too obvious. But here, it's chillingly real, and it's got everyone from Reddit sleuths to late-night hosts asking, was this fate or just a freaky coincidence? Just hours before the crash, Daniel Williams was lighting up Instagram. He filmed himself boarding the jet at Teterboro Airport, the city lights flickering behind him. In the cockpit, he snapped a grinning selfie, captioned, "Co-pilot now," and posted a video with a drawn-out, "Here we go!" The vibe? Playful, a little wild, like a rock star on a midnight adventure. But looking back, every post feels loaded with eerie foreshadowing, as if the night itself was holding its breath. The jet lifted off from Teterboro at 11:15 p.m. Eastern, slicing into the darkness. Daniel's last story pinged out to his followers, a final casual update before everything changed. They made a quick fuel stop in Wichita, Kansas, then took off again, bound for San Diego, Daniel's home. It was supposed to be a routine late-night hop across the country. But as the jet soared west, no one watching those Instagram stories could have guessed what was coming next. Just before 4 a.m. Pacific time, the unthinkable happened. The jet slammed into a quiet residential neighborhood in San Diego, military housing, families asleep inside. In an instant, the night was shattered by the roar of impact and the blinding flash of fire. Sirens wailed, neighbors ran into the street, and chaos erupted where there had been only silence. The explosion lit up the sky, igniting at least 10 homes and torching cars parked along the curb. Flames leapt from house to house as terrified families scrambled for safety. 8 people on the ground were injured. One family of 5 rushed to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Another person hurt leaping from a window to escape the inferno. Emergency crews battled the blaze through the night, their faces lit by the orange glow, as neighbors watched their world burn and wondered if their loved ones were safe. Continues. The aftermath was heartbreaking. Smoke still rising at dawn, the air thick with grief and disbelief. The crash left scars not just on the street, but on everyone who witnessed it. No one on board survived. Daniel Williams was gone. So was the pilot and music agent Dave Shapiro, beloved in the music world, the man who'd bought the jet just last year. Reports say 3 employees from Shapiro's company, Sound Talent Group, were also lost, though not all names have been released. For the families, the friends, and the shaken community, the loss was total, and the questions had only just begun. Now let's get into the real weirdness. You've got a former Christian metal drummer, a private jet with the tail number 666, and a crash that feels ripped from a horror movie. It's the kind of story that practically begs for wild theories. Was it fate, a warning, or something darker? The internet is already buzzing with talk of curses, omens, and secret messages hidden in plain sight. Some say the number 666 is just a coincidence, but others are convinced it's a sign, like the universe was trying to send a message. People are digging up every strange detail, the timing, the symbolism, even the fact that the band's name, The Devil Wears Prada, seems to fit the crash's eerie vibe a little too well. And then there's the speculation. Was the plane cursed? Was it doomed from the moment it got that tail number? Some conspiracy theorists are even connecting dots to other mysterious crashes, secret societies, and numerology. It's a rabbit hole with no bottom. First off, N666DS isn't just creepy, it's the kind of detail that gets Reddit threads spinning for years. Some folks think it's a marketing stunt gone wrong. Others whisper about hidden meanings. Daniel Williams, after all, spent years in a band that played with religious imagery and dark themes. He left music for software in 2016, but now it's like the symbolism followed him to the end. And what about those final Instagram posts? The co-pilot now caption, the grinning selfies in the cockpit? Was Daniel just joking, or was there something more? Some say he was tempting fate, others think he was unknowingly foreshadowing disaster. Was he flying the plane or just playing along with the dark energy swirling around this flight? The questions just keep piling up. Here's the million-dollar question. How does a state-of-the-art private jet worth millions end up crashing just minutes from its destination? Was it pilot error, mechanical failure, or something far stranger lurking in the fog? Early reports suggest the jet may have clipped power lines in heavy fog, visibility near zero. But that explanation feels almost too simple for a crash this bizarre, doesn't it? This is the kind of ending that fuels rumors and conspiracy theories. Was it a tragic accident, or was there a hidden hand at play? Bad luck, sabotage, or something darker that no one wants to say out loud? Continues. The number 666, the fog, the timing, every detail seems to add another layer to the mystery, making people whisper about curses, omens, and warnings from beyond. Now, I'm not saying this was some orchestrated ritual or a planned sacrifice, but let's be real. The tail number alone is enough to make even the most skeptical investigator pause and wonder, what are the odds? The National Transportation Safety Board has launched a full-scale investigation. Every scrap of evidence, every wire, every logbook, every second of flight data is under the microscope. Investigators will dig into the black box, analyze weather patterns, and scrutinize the pilot's credentials. Was there a technical glitch, a missed warning, or something no one's seen before? But while the experts search for answers, the internet is already in overdrive, spinning theories, connecting dots, and asking the questions no one else dares to ask. Across the world, tributes are pouring in, candlelight vigils, heartfelt posts, and fans gathering at makeshift memorials. The loss is felt far beyond the music scene. Musicians, fans, and industry insiders are heartbroken. Social media is flooded with memories, stories of Daniel's kindness, his wild sense of humor, and the way his drumming inspired a generation. Ryan Bruce, a music producer and close friend, called Daniel the sweetest guy you'd ever meet. Others remember late-night tour stories, epic shows, and a legacy that will echo in every beat he played. Dave Shapiro is remembered as a giant in the business, a connector, a mentor, and a beloved friend who helped launch countless bands. The music world feels smaller without him. But this story? It's more than just mourning. The symbolism, the timing, the fiery ending, it all feels too twisted, too loaded with meaning to simply fade away. The community is left with grief, but also with a sense of unease. So what do you think? Was this just a freak tragedy, or is there something darker at play? The unanswered questions linger. Why that flight? Why that number? Why now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want more stories that walk the line between truth and the truly bizarre. The search for answers is just beginning. And rest in peace to everyone lost in this crash. May their memory be a blessing, and may the questions they leave behind remind us how fragile and mysterious life can be. So what do you think? Was this a freak accident, a cosmic joke, or something far more sinister? Some say it's just bad luck. Others whisper about curses, secret societies, or even a Final Destination-style fate. Theories are flying wilder than ever. Daniel Williams is gone. The Jet N666DS is now legend, and the number of the beast is burned into aviation history. Was it a warning, a message, or just a chilling coincidence? The symbolism is impossible to ignore. Some folks are connecting dots to numerology, occult rituals, and shadowy figures pulling strings behind the scenes. Others say it's all just tragic irony. What do you believe? Drop your wildest theory in the comments. Was this fate, conspiracy, or something we can't even imagine? And if you want more stories that blur the line between reality and the unbelievable, you know what to do. Smash that like button if this story gave you chills, subscribe for more deep dives into the bizarre, and get ready for even stranger mysteries ahead. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and maybe, just maybe, double-check your tail number before you board your next flight.